Hello, this is Robert Whitley from ARX Enterprises, LLC. There has always been some debate in the accuracy rifle community whether a 5/8 by 24 muzzle threading is appropriate for an accuracy-based rifle. And what I'm going to do now is show some physical evidence which indicates that it may not be. What I'm bringing before you right now is barrel we'll call barrel number 1. It's a 30 caliber barrel. 300, 308 are the bore dimensions, and it's threaded for a 5/8 by 24 muzzle threading. What I have in my other hand here is a 300 and a half minus gauge pin. If you put it in the muzzle, it starts and then stops definitively, like there's a shoulder. If you measure it and take it back out, what you find is it's right in the area where the threading exists. So in other words, the bore bells out in the area where the threading exists. Barrel number 2 is another 30 caliber barrel, threaded for 5/8 by 24. This one has a little bit tighter of a bore, but I'm going to use a 300 plus gauge pin. Put it in the muzzle, put it in. Once again, it stops definitively. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Take it and pull it out. And what do you have? The opened up section of the bore is where the threading has been done. Barrel number 3 is another 30 caliber barrel, threaded for 5/8 by 24. I'm going to take a 300 and a half plus gauge pin that goes in the bore, definitively stops. And once again, if you take and you measure where it definitively stops, it's the area where it goes in and then stops is right after the threading stops. Barrel number 4. This barrel is threaded with a 3/4 by 28 threading. The gauge pin involved is a 300 minus, which fits just perfectly down the bore. The next gauge pin we try is a 300 plus, and it won't even start. So essentially, if there is any variance, we can't even measure it. It's so minor. Next barrel I'm going to show is a 6mm barrel, also threaded for 3/4 by 28. This one, the gauge pin fits in kind of tight. I have to wiggle it and jiggle it to get it in, but basically it'll just go all the way down the bore, no obstruction one way or the other, and it's just as tight going down the bore as it is at the muzzle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this barrel, and then we're going to show the difference in the threading size, and you can see how much meatier the 3/4 inch threading is versus the 5/8. The 3/4 inch threading allows a lot more metal around the bore, and it creates a situation where there's a lot less opportunity for the bore to become bell-mouthed or to swell out because of the small threaded nub.